Unity and diversity in Bhakti is perhaps the deepest subject of all Vedic knowledge. It extends to the diversity in the highest realm of the spiritual world, Goloka Vrindavan. Whether one is a parrot or a cow or a tree or a plant, older, younger, river, Brahmin, cowherd boy, cowherd girl, left wing, right wing. So many diversities are there, but yet they're perfectly united. Even when they fight, argue, make strategies to defeat each other, there's perfect unity. And that unity is based on one principle, the principle of prema, or unconditional, unmotivated love. Everyone is perfectly satisfied in whatever role they're playing because they know they're pleasing Krishna. They don't have to impress anyone or anything. Everyone knows they're pleasing Krishna. And they know that Krishna's love is with them. In Goloka Vrindavan, no one thinks they're great. Even Srimati Radharani, she does not think she's great. Everyone only thinks Krishna's great. Even if they're seeing him as a little baby child, they're not seeing him great as God, but they just want to please him. That affection, that love is beyond all conceptions of relativity. When Srila Prabhupada told us, you can show your love for me by how you cooperate in this great mission. He especially said, cooperate for this mission, because this mission was his life, his soul, his everything. And the success of our mission will be so much according to how we cooperate. And with all the diversity in this material world where we have all kinds of egos and conditionings, we can't just make material adjustments for sustainable unity. Srila Prabhupada would cite there was World War I, and then they created United Nations. And World War II, there was League of Nations, United Nations, but still so many conflicts. And when there's not war, it's just basically somehow or other some temporary adjustment that is bound to fall. When Srila Prabhupada said, you will show your love for me by how you cooperate for this mission, it wasn't just a request. It wasn't just an instruction. It was something so deep. Because this mission can only survive in cooperation in that sense. When we recognize how Srila Prabhupada loved us, and we're reciprocating with gratitude, even if it's difficult. Real love is tested, even in the spiritual world in Krishna's pastimes. Krishna left Vrindavan after the gopis and gopas gave their hearts, their souls, their lives, everything exclusively to his service. Even after Krishna encouraged gopis by revealing his heart, that for your love I cannot repay you even with everything I have in an entire lifetime of Brahma. But then he left with Balar, his dearmost brother and friends. They left together and promised they would be back soon. But 100 years passed and they still hadn't come back. Krishna tested their love, but their love increased more and more and more and more. And even in separation from Krishna, the unity, it's not that everybody started fighting after Krishna left. Their unity, their love for each other increased more and more because their love for Krishna was increasing more and more. They recognized how each Brajabasi is so dear to Krishna. Srila Prabhupada describes Vaikuntha consciousness is when a devotee feels that every other devotee is better than me. That's Vaikuntha. And take that to a much higher and deeper level, and it is Vrindavan. How do we see every devotee better than me? How do the gopis think that a tree is better than them? Because they're not comparing. They're grateful, honor that this other devotee is pleasing Krishna. In this temple room of Sri Radha Damodar 20 years ago, His Holiness Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaj gave his last lecture to the devotees. How many thousands and thousands of lectures Srila Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaj gave all over the world. And just a few weeks before Sri Radha Damodar and Srila Prabhupada brought him to the spiritual world, he called devotees for his last lecture. I believe even when he was in a very ill state, he would speak on Sundays and address the devotees. And during this lecture here, the temple room was filled with hundreds and hundreds of devotees. In many ways, it was such a deeply emotional experience. He was personally declaring that for most of you, the next time you see me, is when my body is being carried for samadhi. He was going into this nirjan bhajan, and he explained so beautifully why. He was explaining how happy he was. Although he had tumors all over his body, arthritis, diabetes, amputations, emaciations, no sleep. He's describing these things. Physically, it was horrendous. That was his word. But he was so happy. He was so grateful that by Srila Prabhupada's mercy, he said, we could all serve together for so many years. He was so grateful for the association of God brothers, God sisters, disciples, and everyone. He was so grateful for anyone he could share Srila Prabhupada's message with. What could be better than that? And he was also so grateful because he knew for sure, with profound realization, where he was going, where he was being called to. He didn't just say these things. He was looking out at all of you, remembering all the beautiful things they did together. He also said, I'm so grateful to Srila Prabhupada that I was allowed to remove some of the pains and sufferings from each of your lives. And this was very much at the heart and core of Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaj's personal identity. When he was a new brahmachari, and he read the story of Vasudev Datta, he wanted to live in that spirit. And when this is in your internal prayers to live in the spirit of Vasudev Datta, you have to be very serious. Vasudev Datta met Lord Chaitanya in Jagannath Puri. And he cried. He prayed. You are the Supreme Lord. You can do anything. I have one desire that I've been holding in my heart. Please fulfill this one prayer. When I see the people of the world suffering due to the threefold miseries, my heart breaks. Please bless me that I can take the sinful reactions of everyone in the universe on my own head. Please bless me that I may suffer perpetually so that everyone will receive your mercy and be liberated and be with you.